Hey everybody, welcome back to Rolling History. This week we're going to repair the gauges in the 1918 Dodge, so stay tuned. Alright everybody, so today we're going to work on some of the gauges out of the Dodge, and they're in different various stages of being complete or maybe not even functional again. The speedometer, I don't know if you remember it in the first video, but it was just hit from the front. The glass was gone, the dial was smashed a little bit, and I opened that up, and as you can see, the innards of the thing were completely destroyed. So the speedometer is done. Luckily I found another one, and we're going to get that out in a few minutes. We're going to take it apart and clean it. The ammeter is in pretty good shape. One interesting note is that it has this wooden mounting bracket, and I believe that's original. I think that's the way they did it back then. That way it doesn't connect the two contacts. So that was kind of cool. And then we have the oil pressure gauge, and it's in pretty good shape, but the ring around it, the bezel, is completely rusted, and I'd like to take it off, clean up the gauge, and take it to a plater and have them nickel plated again, just because it's pretty far gone with the rust on it. So anyways, let's get into that. We'll do them one at a time and we'll go from there. Okay, so let's start with the ammeter gauge. What I want to do is just clean it up. It looks like it's in working condition. I just want to shine up the ring around here. And so I'm going to tape off the glass with some tape, take some real fine 00 steel wool to it, and see what we get. Okay, so here is the speedometer that I got from one of the guys in the Dodge Brothers Club, and I'm going to very gently take it apart and try and clean it out, make sure there's nothing inside that's going to cause it to break later down the road. So in this, I don't know if you can see it, but this little odometer reset, the gear in here is kind of stuck, so maybe we'll get to figure that out, see what's going on there. Okay, that all looks pretty good in there. Let me just get some Q-tips and I'll clean it up, put a little grease on there, and put it back together so it'll be ready to go. And I'm going to leave the face just the way it is, because it has that patina. It looks just like the car. Okay, so here is how this works. When the speedometer cable spins this, it's kind of like an old fly ball governor. What happens is these weights expand out and it moves up. And that action right there. This little arm right here moves back and forth with this moving up and down. It fits right in that slot. So as this moves back and forth, if you turn it over and look at the other side, that's where the little needle goes. So that's what makes the needle go up and down. There we go. Okay, so the last two were not too bad, but this one, this ring looks like it's threaded on here, and this is very rusty. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get this off of here. I made these little blocks. I'm going to try and clamp it in the vise and hold it, and then maybe get some vise grips around this edge here. It may come off, it may break, I'm not sure. The only saving grace is it's not in great shape, so if it breaks, I didn't lose much. So let's give it a try. So I made these little blocks so it doesn't crush this in the vise. I'm hoping that will be the case. And I shot it full of oil earlier, or penetrating fluid. That. Just try and loosen this up a little bit by tapping around it. Not hard. No, I don't think that's gonna work. Oh, there we go. There we go. All right. Got it. I didn't think that was gonna happen at all. Cool. Wow, the inside of this is perfect. Okay, so the inside is in really good shape. Glass almost didn't make it. I don't know if you caught that, but it fell out on the ground when it finally opened up. Luckily, it didn't break. There was a little gasket and the outer ring, which is threaded. I had no idea it was going to be threaded. I thought it was just pressed on there like the speedometer, but I could kind of see a couple little threads sticking out, so I thought I'd try that first before I go hammering on it. So I'm this far. I'm going to see if I can get these screws out in the back and get the rest of the gauge out. I'd like to replace this screw. I couldn't get the nut off when I took it out of the car, so I had to grind the nut off, and it got into the screw a little bit. So hopefully I can get this apart and replace this, clean up the insides, make sure it works, get this nickel plated, and we're back in business. Oh, they're coming right off. Yeah, perfect. Yep, both of them. Cool. This is turning out way better than I was expecting. Thought this might be a murder video. All right, so if it'll hold pressure, then this will probably be just fine. If the oil holds pressure, that'll be fine too. All right, let's go. I'm gonna go out and hook this up to a real light pump. I don't think I can blow 4 pounds of PSI through my lips. So I'm gonna go hook it up real lightly to my air compressor and turn it all the way down and see if it seems to work or match the compressor. All right, I'll let you know. All right, so I spent a few minutes cleaning up the backs of all the gauges, giving them a quick little paint job. And I have to say, this was a lifesaver. I had no idea this was gonna work. I thought for sure we'd be looking for a new gauge, but this is my new best friend today. It actually worked, and I cleaned up the threads. Goes on and off real easy, so I'm gonna send this out, have it replated, and I'll have a nice oil gauge. Probably just spend a few dollars coat or nickel plating it. Everything else looks good. All the numbers and everything on the trip meter are working. So I'm really happy today. This turned out great. I thought I would be buying for sure a new oil gauge, and we have a full set. So once we have the dash, figure out what we're going to do with the dash and the patina on it, we can put these back in and we'll be ready to go. So if you like what you see, again, thanks for watching Rolling History. If you're liking the videos, if you're maybe learning something, subscribe. And we have a Facebook page now, so you can like us on Facebook and follow us that way. But either way, we're glad to have you, and we'll see you next time.